took my PS4 controller and I put every single cheat that I have access to on it, and I'm about to try it in Fortnite. Cheating gets you banned in Fortnite. It's not cool. Don't do it. If you want to get better at Fortnite, just subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, and then use code Carter2K in the Fortnite item shop. The first cheat that I'm putting on my controller is this crazy macro. I'm setting this up through some random software on my computer. Now, literally, all I have to do to reset a build is click this single button. On controller, you usually have to click 3 buttons: edit, reset, and then confirm. So this is way faster and way easier. Okay, this is definitely gonna help me cheat in game. The next cheat that I put on my controller is not even something that you can see on my controller. That's where the other end of this cable is plugged into. That's my Cronus Zen. Most people probably know what this thing is, but if you're one that somehow doesn't, it basically improves your aim. Some people call this thing borderline aimbot, but really what it does is mod your controller and exploit Fortnite in ways to help you cheat in game. I'm using this custom script on my Zen. In mods that are included in this script, there's something called rapid crouch, so when you aim in, it'll actually automatically crouch up and down. There's one called edit assist, which I'm assuming helps you edit the right square, and there's a ton of other mods just like this, which are basically little macro functions that can control the controller without you actually having to touch the buttons and input anything. Those mods are kind of cool, but they don't really help me at all. I'm already good at doing that stuff. The main mod that the Zen is known for is actually aiming mods, and that's because it can basically modify the crosshair to shake a lot, and that exploits the aim assist and makes it even better than before. And this shake is actually way too exaggerated. This wouldn't even help your aim. This is what it'll actually look like when I'm using it in game, and it's doing the same thing, shaking my crosshair, but on a very small scale. Some go as far as to say it's literally aimbot, but I guess we'll see how that goes when I actually test it in game. To pair with that cheat, I actually have the Cronus Zen back button, which adds these 4 paddles. It's not really a cheat itself because paddles are actually allowed in Fortnite, but these paddles specifically only work with the Zen, and they're basically helping me use the other cheats that are on this controller way better. With these paddles on, I can do stuff like edit, jump, pull out my pickaxe, and then on this bottom left one, I actually routed the macro to that one, so I can reset with that one. This thing makes me feel like I'm cheating in Fortnite because of how much better at the game they made me. However, this is the one thing in this video that I know for sure is actually allowed in Fortnite. What's not allowed in Fortnite is a macro, and that's kind of what the next cheat is. This thing is the Pro Scroller, which is a real scroll wheel that attaches to the controller and is inputted as a real scroll wheel. It's really supposed to be used as scroll wheel reset. On a mouse, all you have to do is scroll down or up, and it literally instantly resets a build. It's honestly kind of unfair to other players that don't play on mouse and keyboard. On controller, that's not something that you can do unless you're using a macro or something like this. So that is something that the Pro Scroller can do. However, I already have my macro function that does this, and it does it way faster. So instead, I'm gonna do something that I think is even cooler than that. This thing can scroll up or down. So over here in my mouse and keyboard buttons, I can set any action in the game to scroll wheel up and scroll wheel down. Since it's really annoying to have to cycle through all your weapons while you're on controller, with this thing, I can be anywhere in my weapon loadout. I could literally be in my 3rd weapon slot building, and as soon as I scroll this thing down, it'll take me straight to my shotgun slot. Because of how sick this thing is, it's literally so easy and so fast to pull out my shotgun and get my shots off. And that's a cheat that's definitely gonna help me improve a lot. The next cheat, some people say is actually allowed, but other people have also said they've been banned for this before. And it's a software to reduce my ping in game. Some people say that it decreases their ping from only like 2 to 3, but some people say it brings it all the way down like 20 ping, which is crazy. In this specific creative island, when there's a full lobby, I usually get right around 50 ping. So let's install this ping reducer and see if it actually works. Right now it's analyzing all my routes, and right here it has me connected to the Ohio region. I live in the Midwest, so that's apparently the closest server. And over here you can see, I don't know exactly what it's doing, but apparently this makes my ping lower. I really hope it works because I'm about sick of playing on like upper 50s, 60s, even sometimes 70 ping. I can't even move in game anymore. I either just got banned or exit lag messed up. Okay, actually it looks like my internet just went out, so thankfully I don't think that I'm banned yet. The last cheat that I'm putting on this controller before I go and try it in Fortnite is this kit that makes my buttons and triggers faster than any other controller. With these installed, my triggers are literally instant, so I can aim, build, edit, shoot. I can do all that way faster than any of my opponents. This is a normal controller, and usually you have to click all the way down, but these things are basically like a mouse click, so I literally barely have to touch it to activate. It's actually crazy and should help me be faster than any opponent I face in Fortnite. So after all the cheats are installed, this is what the controller looks like. We have the macro software installed, we have the Cronus Zen attached to it, the scroll wheel attachment, the ping reducer, the instant triggers, and I even have a controller grip and a control freak on it to top it all off. It looks absolutely insane. Now let's go see how good it can actually make me at Fortnite. First of all, this is literally a full lobby, and I have like 35 ping. What? There's no way that software actually reduced my ping by 15 milliseconds. I don't know if that's coincidence or if that's actually true. That's kind of crazy. But per usual, I do not cheat in any actual games. I don't want to ruin the game for anybody. I'm just cheating in a random creative lobby where no one really cares that much. And my controller light bar is blinking because when you start to mess with these accessories, it kind of messes up a controller. But as you can see in the hand cam, everything's lined up to in-game, so this is actually me playing on this hand cam. And this is actually the Cronus Zen putting in the real aimbot work. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna turn off the Zen aimbot right now because my aim really isn't terrible anyway. So I'm gonna do this as a quick comparison so you guys can actually tell how much it's helping. I should also probably pick up a different AR than the MK because the MK kind of works a lot different than the other ARs. Hopefully from those clips you can tell that my aim is pretty decent. Now let's turn the Zen back on. Okay. Okay. Alright. When I mess with these sort of aimbot settings, I have to make sure that everything is absolutely dialed in. Otherwise, you start to get that really weird shake, and it kind of just messes you up more than it actually helps you. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out these settings, and this is the third video that I've tried the Zen in. And this thing is really confusing. These instant triggers are definitely helping me to hit quicker shots. The instant macro has probably been one of the hardest things to get used to, but now that I'm thinking about it, the one thing that I definitely have not been using is the scroll wheel. It's not normal to click. It doesn't feel normal. Oh, look at that play with the macro. Out of every single cheat here, I think the scroll wheel is the thing that is definitely the hardest to get used to. But it's kind of just like anything else, like switching your binds or literally basically anything. Really, the only way to get used to it is to practice it and really learn with it. Literally, the only issue is actually remembering to click it. No way. This entire cheating controller setup cost me about $300 in total, which is actually a crazy amount of money to spend to cheat in a video game. I still don't feel like I'm that much better compared to me just playing the game normally. So basically, I think if you want to get better at Fortnite, really all it comes down to is just practicing at the game. That's me using the most cheats possible on one controller in Fortnite. Remember, cheating is bad, don't cheat.